Welcome back to Behind the Headlines. Supporters say that two new Arkansas laws regulating crypto mining will cut down on bad actors, but critics contend they don't fix the problem. Josie Lenora with NPR on Little Rock has been tracking both through the legislative process all the way to the governor's desk and rejoins us again. Welcome back, Josie. Good to see you.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for having me.
All right. So what changed? Has no more shrieking and loud humming in local towns?
That's the big question. Gladys Anderson, she lives next to the shrieking crypto mine in Bono. She says the noise is like torture. She was on CBS News talking about it. And I don't know if this is going to make her life better. She's not particularly convinced that it will, but she's trying to remain positive. The laws basically give counties more power to regulate the mines. There are two laws. One lets mines operate if they comply with local noise ordinances. And there are caveats, like they have to be 2,000 feet away from a residence. And they can't be controlled by, quote, prohibited foreign party controlled businesses. I talked to Senator Joshua Bryan about this. He sponsored the bills, and he said he didn't want to put too much government control in the mines, and that was very unpopular with his colleagues, is what he said.
So Senator Bryant, who's from Rogers, pushed the, shall we say, come down to Arkansas laws to crypto mining companies, but also the new versions. So what does he say that this will do or make better?
Yeah, so that first law he passed basically just completely deregulated the mines. I've talked to people in the legislature who wanted him just to repeal the law outright. But Bryant told me, and I'm quoting, he said repeal wasn't really an option. He worked with leaders in the crypto mine industry to create this new law, and he said he just wants to crack down on those few bad actors. He doesn't want to completely eliminate crypto mining or run other people who are doing crypto mining in a different way away from Arkansas. And there is ways to crypto mine without making these loud shrieking noises. You can have cooling, and you can add sound barriers and stuff like that. Can sometimes work, but that doesn't necessarily make it better for Gladys Anderson, who's living next to this shrieking mine.
Yeah. So do opponents of crypto mining or more crypto mining still think this leaves Arkansas on a slippery slope, so to speak?
Yeah, that's the term that Democrat Andrew Collins used. He felt like it could be vague or discriminatory, the law. He doesn't like the part of the bill that bans foreign ownership of the people who own the mines. There is some evidence to tie cryptocurrency mining in general to the Chinese government, but Collins felt like this law could be used as a way to discriminate against people who are immigrants or just from a category. The main thing everyone agrees on is that the mines are too loud. One of the laws lists examples of things that I mentioned earlier, like liquid cooling that could be used to keep the mines quiet, but it doesn't force the mines owners to turn the sound down. And so that was something also that he brought up to me.
So do local county officials have any options to regulate what's already there and humming and shrieking?
The big option they have is sound ordinances. So Faulkner County added a noise ordinance at 60 decibels. I've measured it going over, and so has Gladys Anderson, who lives near the mine. A mine in DeWitt lost a legal fight because they tried to pass a noise ordinance, but theirs was 45 decibels. And I actually went to that mine, and the cars on the highway were louder than 45 decibels. So that's a much lower number. But yes, they now have the right to go to basically take this to court and use sound ordinances as a way to challenge the crypto mines.
Changing topics here, Josie, would you give us a quick update on plans for what some call an abortion monument at the state capitol there in Arkansas?
Yeah, it's the monument to the unborn. Lakey Goff is the artist, and she pitched the design. She wants it to be a living wall of plants with a plaque with a Bible verse on it, and she wants there to be sounds of waterfalls. There's a few concerns that people who are on the Capitol Arts and Grounds Commission, and that's the group of people that approves the design and moves forward with it. There's a few concerns they have. I live here. We have a pretty inconsistent climate. We have really cold winters, really hot summers. So a living wall might not really work here as well. And also, it's a lot of upkeep, and we don't really have people whose job it is to take care of plants on the state capitol grounds. The current designs right now, they're not accessible for the Americans with Disabilities Act.
So is there still debate or conversations about the location and the cost and who collects the money to build this?
Yeah, the Capitol Arts and Grounds Commission wants the monument to be by a water cooler behind the Capitol. They estimate this could cost about $60,000, but Goff doesn't like that location. And so she just decided to design a monument that would be closer to the Capitol, which they estimated could cost $120,000. So there was a little tension, and I could hear a little frustration within some of the committee members about her choosing to design a monument closer to the Capitol when they didn't approve that.
All right, we were talking with Josie Lenora again at NPR and Little Rock. Josie, thanks for the updates. You can see her reports online and on social media, as well as this conversation on the KY3 News app, ky3.com, also Roku, Fire Stick, and Apple TV Plus, and our social media outlets. Josie, thanks very much. We look forward to visiting with you again.
Thanks, Steve.